Modern Azerbaijan's story begins not with politics, but with oil thick, black, and seeping from the Caspian shores of Baku. At the dawn of the 20th century, Baku was the world's oil capital, producing over half of the global supply. Foreign investors like Nobel and Rothschild transformed the city, building grand mansions and fueling a cosmopolitan boom. Tramways rattled down new streets, theaters flourished, and a local Azerbaijani elite emerged. Their fortunes built on oil. Baku became a melting pot. Azerbaijani, Russian, Armenian, Jewish, and European communities, all drawn by the promise of prosperity. But beneath the glamour, thousands of workers toiled in dangerous oil fields, living in crowded, unsanitary settlements. The wealth flowed mostly to foreign companies and a small elite, deepening social divides and sowing seeds of unrest. This era, Baku's Belle Epoque, brought unprecedented growth but also stark inequality. The city's infrastructure, pipelines, refineries, ports laid the foundation for Azerbaijan's future, but it was a future built on a volatile resource. When global demand soared, Baku thrived. When it fell, the city suffered. The economy's dependence on oil made it both powerful and vulnerable, a lesson Azerbaijan would face repeatedly. The legacy of this first boom was both dazzling and precarious, shaping the nation's destiny for the next century. The stage was set for dramatic change, as oil's promise and peril would define Azerbaijan's path. As the Russian Empire collapsed, Azerbaijan seized a fleeting chance for independence. In 1918, the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic was born, the first secular parliamentary republic in the Muslim world. It granted women the right to vote, issued its own currency, and took control of its oil, aiming to build a modern, inclusive state. The young nation faced immense challenges: powerful neighbors, foreign interests, and the looming threat of Bolshevik Russia. Leaders sought international recognition, hoping oil wealth would secure a stable future. A cultural renaissance flourished: new schools, Baku State University, and a surge of national pride. But the dream was short-lived. In 1920, the Red Army invaded, ending independence after just 23 months. Baku's oil was too valuable for Moscow to ignore. Lenin declared Soviet Russia could not survive without it. Azerbaijan became a Soviet republic, its economy and destiny once again controlled from afar. The brief flame of independence became a powerful symbol, fueling hopes for a future yet to come. The Soviet shadow would now shape Azerbaijan for the next 70 years. The nation's aspirations were deferred but not forgotten. Under Soviet rule, Azerbaijan's economy was re-engineered to serve Moscow's needs, especially oil. Private and foreign assets were seized, oil production was pushed to the limit, especially during World War II. Baku's oil fueled the Soviet war machine, but at great environmental and human cost. Forced industrialization followed. Chemical plants, machine factories, and collectivized agriculture transformed the landscape. Jobs and infrastructure grew, but local initiative was stifled by central planning. Life improved in some ways: literacy, healthcare, housing. But economic freedom vanished. The vibrant culture of old Baku faded, replaced by Soviet uniformity and suppressed dissent. By the 1970s, oil fields were depleted, investment lagged, and Azerbaijan's economy stagnated. The once mighty oil capital became a secondary player, its technology outdated, and growth stalled. Environmental damage mounted, especially around Baku and Sumgait. The Soviet model, once a driver of progress, had become a recipe for decline. Azerbaijan's potential was buried beneath layers of bureaucracy and exhaustion. The late 1980s and early 1990s brought turmoil, ethnic conflict, war with Armenia over Nagorno-Karabakh, and economic collapse. Independence in 1991 came with a shattered economy. Factories stalled, hyperinflation soared, and GDP plummeted. The transition to a market economy was chaotic. State enterprises faltered, private business was stifled, and hardship was widespread. Political instability and war made recovery nearly impossible. Foreign investment fled. The nation's vast resources were out of reach, trapped by conflict and uncertainty. In 1993, Haydar Aliyev returned to power, bringing stability and a crucial ceasefire. Aliyev recognized that Azerbaijan's future depended on reviving its oil industry and attracting international partners. The government began courting foreign energy companies, setting the stage for a new era. Azerbaijan stood at a crossroads on the brink of failure, but with hope for renewal. The next chapter would be defined by bold deals and a return to the world stage. In 1994, the contract of the century was signed. Azerbaijan's oil fields opened to a global consortium. Billions in foreign investment poured in, stabilizing the economy and sparking rapid growth. The new oil boom was managed through production sharing, ensuring profits flowed to the state. The State Oil Fund, SOFAZ, was created to manage revenues, invest in infrastructure, and save for future generations. Baku's skyline transformed. Skyscrapers, hotels, and modern offices rose alongside historic mansions. Jobs and wages grew, optimism returned, and Azerbaijan reclaimed its place as a major energy producer. The contract of the century was more than a deal. It was a lifeline, pulling the nation back from the brink. Oil wealth was now a tool for recovery and growth, not just survival. Azerbaijan's rebirth had begun. Azerbaijan's oil needed a route to world markets. Enter the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan (BTC) pipeline. Stretching nearly 1,800 kilometers to Turkey's Mediterranean coast, the BTC was a feat of engineering and diplomacy. Completed in 2005, it bypassed Russia and Iran, giving Azerbaijan direct access to Western markets. The pipeline solidified economic independence and elevated Azerbaijan's strategic importance. Oil exports surged, GDP soared, and the State Oil Fund financed nationwide modernization: roads, airports, hospitals, and schools. Baku became a global city, hosting Eurovision and the European Games, showcasing its transformation. The BTC set a precedent. The South Caucasus Pipeline and Southern Gas Corridor soon followed, exporting natural gas to Europe. Azerbaijan became a key energy supplier to the EU, diversifying routes and strengthening its global role. The pipeline dream became reality, pumping prosperity and influence across continents. Azerbaijan was now a vital link between East and West, its energy shaping regional geopolitics. The nation's fortunes were rising, but new challenges loomed. The next step, building an economy beyond oil. By the late 2000s, Azerbaijan knew it couldn't rely on oil forever. A sharp drop in prices in 2014-15 exposed the risks, prompting a push for economic diversification. Agriculture was modernized. Subsidies, irrigation, and export-driven crops like hazelnuts and pomegranates revitalized rural areas. The Made in Azerbaijan brand gained traction abroad, creating jobs and reducing import dependence. Tourism boomed with simplified visas, restored heritage sites, and new resorts drawing visitors in foreign currency. Investments in logistics, ports, railways, and the new Silk Road positioned Azerbaijan as a regional trade hub. The Baku-Tbilisi-Kars Railway and Alat Port connected China to Europe, bypassing Russia. These moves aimed to create new pillars for the economy, lessening the grip of oil. Diversification was no longer a choice, but a necessity for lasting prosperity. Azerbaijan was reinventing itself for a new era. Despite progress, Azerbaijan faces persistent challenges, chief among them, dependence on oil and gas. The Dutch disease threatens other industries, making the economy vulnerable to price shocks. Corruption and governance issues remain. Transparency and strong institutions are essential for equitable growth. The unresolved Nagorno-Karabakh conflict casts a long shadow, with reconstruction costs and regional instability deterring investment. Poverty has fallen, but inequality persists, especially between Baku and rural regions. Creating quality jobs for a young population is a top priority. Navigating these headwinds, oil dependence, governance conflict, and inequality will test Azerbaijan's resilience. The nation's future depends on building a more balanced, inclusive economy. The next chapter will demand innovation, unity, and vision. The stakes have never been higher. Azerbaijan is now charting a path towards sustainability and digital transformation. The government is investing in wind and solar power, aiming to become a future exporter of clean energy. Smart cities and villages are rising, especially in reconstructed territories, blending technology with modern living. High-speed internet, digital startups, and e-government services are expanding, building a knowledge-based economy. Azerbaijan's role as a trade and transit hub is deepening, with streamlined logistics and expanded infrastructure. The Middle Corridor is becoming a vital link in global supply chains, independent of oil. The nation's journey from oil booms to busts, from conflict to recovery, shows remarkable resilience. The focus on green energy, digital innovation, and human capital offers a promising path forward. Azerbaijan aims to forge a new identity: prosperous, sustainable, and globally connected. The future is being written now, with every bold step beyond oil.